President Obama has not been enjoying the kind of popularity that gets presidents reelected. But in a new CBS News New York Times poll out tonight, there are signs that he has turned a corner. For the moment at least, half the public now approves of the job that he's doing. Have a look. Last May, right after Navy SEALs killed Osama bin Laden, the president's job approval rating soared to 57%. But by November, it was back to 43%, tying his all-time low. Then the numbers started rising, tonight hitting 50%. You've guessed why. Since November, the Dow is up about 7% and unemployment is down 0.4 of a point. In our poll, the number of Americans who say the economy is getting better has risen from 18% in November to 34% now. Even so, when asked about the condition of the economy, 75% said it's bad. More now about the president and the poll from our chief White House correspondent, Norah O'Donnell, at the White House tonight. Norah?
Scott, and the good economic news out there is boosting the president's overall standing with voters, particularly independents. And that's why there's hardly a day that goes by that we don't hear the president talking about the turnaround in the economy.
Our economy is growing stronger. And the last thing we need, the last thing we can afford to do, is to go back to the same policies that got us in this mess in the first place.
The president's message seems to be resonating. 42% of voters think he is making progress fixing the economy. And that's up 14 points in just 2 months. We found Democrat Kathy Maloney on a street corner in Chicago.
If he hadn't have taken the steps he did and enacted the proposals he did, we'd be in a much worse place than we are now. And I think that things are coming back and getting better.
At the heart of Mr. Obama's re-election message is a push for what he calls economic fairness and a proposal to raise taxes on millionaires called the Buffett rule, named after Warren Buffett.
I think asking a billionaire to pay at least as much as his secretary in taxes is just common sense.
2/3 of Americans, 67%, agree that taxes should be increased on households making over $1 million a year, including, for the first time, a majority of Republicans. But Bud Faircloth, an independent from Delaware, doesn't believe the president will make good on his goals.
I'm not sure if he'll ever get the Congress to work with him, and I just don't think he'll ever get the job done.
But in our poll, independents have shown a shift towards Mr. Obama. A month ago, they favored Mitt Romney. Today, independents favor the president. And Scott, that swing among independents is why, for the first time, the president has a clear advantage against his Republican opponents if you put them in a general election matchup.
And independents decide these elections. Norah, thanks very much.